Hey there, guys. Welcome to Monday evening, Monday night if you're on the East Coast. So, welcome. Give everybody a second to start jumping on. Exciting day today. I had a busy day. I was in meetings absolutely all day. But good stuff, lots of good information. When I get better, my clients get better. So if you are on here live, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Remember to share this video out, this live stream out. I would much appreciate that. If you happen to be chiming in a little bit later, catching me on a replay, either on LinkedIn or YouTube or on my website, I appreciate you guys making that investment. One of the things that I've told myself I have to do better about, hey Jonathan, hey John, is making sure that if you are a first-time viewer, a new follower, and you don't really know who I am, you don't really know what it is that I do, that I am much better about sharing that information with you guys. So to that end, my name is Marcy Batiste. I want more than anything to help women shine. That's important to me. That's critical to me. I want every woman to discover that she has star power and to refuse to let anybody dim that light. I'm also a public speaker. I'm an author. I have a company called Bankable Success Advisors, which is a leading recovery solutions provider. And what I'm excited about for 2018 is for you guys to be on the journey with me as I lead a community of amazing women as they go on a transformational journey of their own. They are ready to raise the bar on love and life and relationships and their businesses. And the goal is for 2018 to really impact 1,000 women and create an environment and a mindset where they refuse to let anyone dim their light. That's what raising the bar is going to be all about. And I'm super excited about this week's book selection. Hey guys, I see you guys jumping on. Thank you. I'm super excited. So many of you know I've been doing book challenges now for the last few months. And for 2018, in light of raising the bar, I decided I'm going to raise the bar on my own mission. Hey Pamela, what's going on? Long time no see, honey. By doing 30 books in 30 weeks. So I started last week. We did The Power of Full Engagement. We did 7 days from that book. I shared takeaways. I shared the principles with you, because if you can't be fully engaged in your love and your life and your relationships and your businesses, you're not going to see growth. You're not going to see change. You're not going to make any transformations, and you're going to stay stuck. And you can't be a rising star if you're stuck. So in order for you to rise and raise the bar, we need to give you the tools to do that. That's what I'm here for. So I want to share them out on these lives, and then with my coaching clients that are in, like for instance, we have a 60-day laser coaching program starting next week. We're going to take deep dives on these concepts with those ladies. So it's exciting. But so this week, this is the new book. It's called Women Who Love Too Much. And the author's name is Robin Norwood. This book, this is a cool thing about doing these 30 books in 30 days, because I'm going back through my book library, right? And I'm pulling out the ones that were game changers for me. And I know the title of this book, don't let this title fool you. It says Women Who Love Too Much, but there's a lot of guys out there that make that same mistake. I'm going to use the word mistake for now, but you'll see as this week progresses that it's not a mistake. And so this book says when you keep wishing and hoping he'll change. So for guys, when you keep wishing and hoping she'll change, and what you discover is that you don't really love too much, but there's some things that you could do better that will yield you better results. And that's one of the things that, when we talk about curing emotional bankruptcy, for instance, that's about optimizing those investments, optimizing your personal investments, your emotional investments, your time investments, so that you get the best return out of it. Optimize your love investments. How are you giving love? How are you receiving love? Are you receiving it with expectations? So here's a couple of the questions. I'm just going to read these directly off the back of the book for you. It says, do you find yourself attracted again and again to troubled, distant, and moody It says man, I'm going to say people, while the nice ones seem boring. Do you obsess over people who are emotionally unavailable, addicted to work, hobbies, alcohol, or other women in this case? Do you neglect your friends and your own interests to immediately be available for that other person? And do you feel empty without them, even though being with them is tormenting? And you know, many of you know I do a lot of work in domestic violence. And this book, when I went through my own experience, you guys know I'm always going to be transparent with you. I can't expect someone else's light to shine if I'm not willing to open mine up and really be that beacon of truth for you. And so when I was going through my healing journey, from my divorce, and then later from the domestic violence was a thing for me that said, if you don't make some changes in your life, then you're going to continue to make the same mistakes. Because what I realized was I was the only common denominator in every crappy relationship I had. None of those jokers knew each other. So while each time I would have a bad experience, I would say you, pointing to the other person and blaming the him in the picture. And really, I was teaching people how to treat me, is what I discovered. And this book was one of the things that helped me realize that you can teach people to become codependent. They might not start out that way, but you can certainly teach that. You can teach people to love you inappropriately. But you can also teach people to love you in a healthy, whole way. And it just takes some tools. It takes some strategies. It takes some practice. It takes a whole hell of a lot of commitment, and it takes some brutal honesty. So it's not really about, do you love too much, but how are you loving? How are you managing what that looks like? How are you managing how you allow that to manifest in your life? And oftentimes we just don't even think about it. You know, it's one of those things that's just like, we expect. And I'm going to generalize here, and I'm going to say for women that a lot of times what women do, and I was guilty of this, transparent, always, was I enter every relationship thinking he could be the one. He could be the one. He could be the one, so I better ... He could be the one, so I shouldn't ... And everything I did, then I circled around what that individual's likes were, their preferences, their tendencies, their habits, to the point where I lost who I was. I had no clue. By the time I was through my divorce and the subsequent 4 relationships after that, I literally had no clue who I was. I didn't know what I liked. The only consistent thing in my life has ever been my Denver Broncos. And so I knew I liked the Denver Broncos, but hell, I couldn't even tell you why for sure. I just always had. So, truly, it wasn't about necessarily me loving too much, but sometimes you give too much away to the wrong people. Sometimes you give it too early. Sometimes you give something that doesn't need to be given. Sometimes you volunteer instead of waiting for people to ask. I know for me, one of my things was, it wasn't that I loved too much, but I just gave too much too soon. And without understanding what that does on the other side. And so that's why I say we teach people how to treat us. This book, you guys, make sure you follow this feed this week. We're going to talk about this for the next 7 days. Women who love too much. And truly, we're talking about raising the bar on love, life, and relationships. And this book is a game changer with respect to changing relationships. And when I talk about relationships, I don't necessarily just mean intimate partners. I mean every relationship. Relationships with your children, relationships with your friends, relationships with your coworkers, family relationships, any interaction. If you give it a title, that it becomes a relationship. So if I say you're my friend, then now we have a friend relationship. So when I say relationships, I'm talking about broad picture, because we teach people how to treat us. We also teach people how to mistreat us. And so if you want to raise the bar, you want to optimize your investments, your love investments, you want to improve your relationships and results that you're getting, and you know, you're ready to start that business finally and get laser focused on it, but you're teaching people the wrong lessons on how to engage with you, then you're going to continue to stumble. And this, you know, the Raising the Bar community of women is about making sure that you have these tools in your toolbox. So I want, you know, we talked last week about full engagement, and I talked many times about how you want these things to become second nature to you. They should be on auto reflexes. And teaching people how to love you, teaching people how to respect you, teaching people how to engage with you is an integral part to you finding happiness and the success that you've been looking for. It's integral if you want to shine and find your star power and let the world see that. It's crucial that you teach them how to engage with you in a way that's healthy for you and that allows you to grow and continue to manifest your own greatness and gifts to the world. So I'm excited about this week. Like I said, the book is Women Who Love Too Much. I know it says women, and you know, I'm a woman, so I'm gonna talk to women because my community that I lead is women. But there's a whole lot of lessons, fellas, that you can learn in this too. If you have a woman in your life, even if this isn't for you, if you have a woman in your life, mother, sister, auntie, cousin, girlfriend, wife, share this video out. Let her know, hey, check this out this week. Follow this video. Follow this Facebook Live this week, because it's going to be game changers as far as changing how we teach people in relationship to us and teach them how to be in relation with us. And that's the big picture. Like, we teach people, we have to teach them how to be in relation with us. Not necessarily just how to treat you, but how to be in relation holistically with us. What's healthy for me? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel whole? And that's what we're going to tackle this week. So join me on here. Probably going to be in the evenings most of the week. I've got quite a few meetings set up. So make sure you stay tuned. Women Who Love Too Much. And we will find out, is it you? Do you keep finding these same toxic relationships? Are you making the same mistakes? Are you finding the same kind of people? You getting the same kind of results, and you're ready for a change? You're ready to raise the bar? That's what we're going to do. So as always, guys, I appreciate you, the ones who joined live. And like I said, if you're catching me on the replay, thanks for the investment. Make sure that you share this out, because this is going to be a game changer for relationships. So if you have anybody in your relationship circle, please share this out. You won't want to miss these strategies. Okay. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for living life on Mars. Mwah.